It's generally accepted that politicians should not be able to buy or compensate people to vote for them. Should there be laws, however, to stop corporate or foreign interest groups from paying or compensating politicians to pass laws or statutes in favor of them? Hi, my name is Aiden Ellis, and today I'll be talking about lobbying within the current federal government and why it's a problem. I have always had a deep interest in politics, and especially in this issue, ever since that I first got into politics. I first started really looking into them around middle school, but my view and my knowledge on them has grown ever since then, as it tends to do. Lobbying is something that affects all of us. It destroys the free market and lets corporate interests write the rules for the playing field. This drives up cost of living prices, healthcare prices, all the things that we as the population need to survive. Today, I'll be talking a little bit about the status quo, how lobbying affects our government today, what could be done to change it, and the benefits that we might see if we were to change it. Open Secrets is a website online that tracks lobbying, numbers related to it, and how lobbyists affect our government. They say in 2025, $5.13 billion was given to politicians of varying degrees within the federal government in order to fund their re-election campaigns, and in return, those corporate or special interest groups get favorable policy passed. The one thing that lobbyists most represented was the federal budget, with 11.7% of total lobbyists lobbying for specific change within the federal budget. The least represented issue was education, with 2.6% of the lobbyists lobbying for change in education. A study by Gillens and Page from Princeton and Northwestern University found that corporate interests have great influence in our politics and which policies get passed, while individual or citizen interests have almost no effect on politicians and what policy they pass. Now that you're aware of how lobbying affects us, maybe we can look at how to fix it. We need strict reforms. We need politicians to stop being funded for re-election by corporate and foreign interest groups and instead move to publicly funded re-election campaigns. Publicly funded re-election campaigns would make sure that a politician only garners the support from individuals who really believe in their message. This would be, instead of hitting a few big donors, you would be trying to garner support from many different donors. This would also mean that corporate interests would have to petition the government, putting them on the same level playing field as individuals. Campaign Legal Center is a great resource and a great website that tracks and tries to stay up to date with the current situation and who's donating to who and how the system is actually working. I would definitely recommend, if you're interested in this topic, to give it a look through. Not only would passing reforms and regulations on lobbying stop corporate interest from running the country, but it would also restore public faith in the government. It is one of the most unifying problems within the federal government right now. This is a graph from one of my sources. It tracks issues and how many Republicans or Democrats think that this issue is a big problem. And you can see that 70 to 79%, 70% of Republicans and 79% of Democrats think that money plays too big of a role in our government. This would, by passing reforms, it would instill trust in the government and also develop integrity for our federal government. The free market would be able to take over again, and politicians would not just give the advantage to the already big time players on the field. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation on lobbying within the federal government. Quick recap, we talked about how it works right now, what could be done about it, and what benefits we might see from changes. I encourage all of you to check out the website opensecrets.org as well. They offer good tracking information and a good history on lobbying, actual numbers and graphs, which is helpful for a lot of people to see. And also, if you feel inspired, you could even look up a petition to petition the government to stop lobbying. There's plenty out there. It's a very well-liked movement. Our federal government should be a marketplace of ideas for the population, not a stock of politicians for corporate interests to buy. If we want government truly of the people, by the people, and for the people, we need to stop allowing corporate lobbyists to dictate policy. Thank you.